Hey everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladder. Today I have got a homeschool haul I thought I'd share with you. So everything is for 7th grade, so we'll start in this pile. This is my science pile. It's a rather large one, as you can see. So I got most of these used, which is fantastic, and a lot of them are for the Beowulf Anatomy and Health curriculum. So the first one was Bones. I think this is an ex-library book, it looks like, but it's in a really good condition. It looks like a fun one. We've never read this one before, so I'm excited to use this one. We have Gene Machines. So basically I went through her list and got the 1s and the 2s, but not the 3s or the 4s. This is Genetics, Breaking the Code of Your DNA. I have done a flip through of the Beowulf Anatomy and Health unit, so I'll link that below. If you can't use your brain if you are a jellyfish. I think there were 2 options for this particular book, but I decided to go with this one. Pooh, A History of the World from the Bottom Up. This looks so fun. My daughter is really eager to read this one already. But it looks like a really great addition. Some Secrets Should Never Be Kept. Germ Zappers. Looks like a good one as well. Have a Nice DNA. Blood and Guts, a working guide to your own insides. This one was used for multiple weeks, as far as I remember. So it's like a good one as well. Then we have the skeleton book. The only sad thing about used is you often don't get things like this, so there is no poster in there. But the book is in really good condition, so. Okay, now this is Prentice Hall's Science Explorer Chemical Interactions. I mentioned this curriculum in my recent What I'm Thinking of Considering for Homeschool for 7th grade video. I'll link that again below as well. And I watched a video from Arlene and Co's channel, and she mentioned this curriculum. So this is a middle school even, middle school science curriculum, a sort of a traditional style. But it looks really interesting. So they do have the full year ones. So they have, Earth, and they have Life and everything else. But they also have these ones which are broken up. They have multiple of them broken up into smaller versions. So this one is the Chemical Interactions one. And this one has got, let me see, hang on, 4 chapters in. So it wouldn't obviously be for the full year. But I really do like it. It reminds me so much of Hot Cut Science. I said that in that previous video, and now seeing it in the flesh, it really does. It's virtually the same, obviously just a more in-depth version of it. But no, I really do like it. So I've got a couple of them. I don't know if we're going to use this for next year, as in 7th. We might save this till the 8th when we're actually going to be doing chemistry anyway. But I wanted to get it because these things, especially when they're used, sell out really fast. But it has, again, the same sort of assessment or activities like it did in Hot Cut Science, and I'll probably do the same thing as I did with Hot Cut Science and make my own worksheets to go with it. But it looks really good. I really do like it. So that's the Chemical Interactions one. This is back to a required one for Beowulf, Guest Hollows, Physiology, Health and Anatomy. So this is Food and Nutrition for Every Kid. I really like these Janice Van Cleve books. We use them quite a few times in the Elemental Science curriculum. I got The American Plague, The True and Terrifying Story of the Yellow Fever Epidemic. This looks like a really interesting one. Excited to read this one. It does have some pictures throughout. Now this is another science curriculum I got used. I just wanted to have a look at it. So this is Gullor Park, which are now Hodder, I believe, but this is the older version before they became Hodder. So this is science, biology. So it has, let's show you. So this is what they use in independent schools, or I don't know if they still do, but they did. So this is the introduction. So cells and organisation, nutrition, respiration and gas exchange, reproduction in humans, the life of plant, healthy living, material cycles and energy, relationships in the ecosystem, and variation, classification and inheritance. So it does have activities and experiments throughout, nice and colourful. So I did get Again, these are used, so they were really cheap. So I got the biology, the physics, and the chemistry one. Obviously not all for this year, so we could do the biology one with our biology as an add-on, you know, as a reference guide, or if we wanted to do any activities from it. And then the same with the physics and the chemistry for when we were doing those particular units. It's a way for me to ensure that we're keeping, we're covering all the skills that we need, but also they look really good. I really do like them. So this is the physics topic. Again, more as a reference than a let's open from page 1 complete. But they look really interesting and I do like them. So this is the chemistry. So these cover Key Stage 3. They do have answer keys, but you have to purchase them separately. I just got the books for now. This is another book that is required for Beowulf, Human Anatomy. This is Fool Yourself, Illusions for All Your Senses. This looks like a fun one. She's going to really enjoy that one. She loves anything like this. Fight Against the Microbes. Microbiology, It's a Small World. Again, with the Basher Science, they're using elemental science. They're really good ones. Now, this is another science curriculum I got, which I thought looked really good. So this is, so you really want to learn science. Again, this is a Key Stage 3 curriculum. And again, this looks a really good one. So it has in here all of them. So we've got life and living processes, materials and their properties, physical processes. Does have assessments throughout, experiments, activities. So again, this is definitely another one that I'm really considering. And I did get the answer key with this one. So the answer key looks like this. I got the Key Stage 3 Science CGP book. So this is for all 3 years, 7, 8 and 9. Goes through everything. When I start my science, my planning for the year for science, I'm going to go through this carefully and check which curriculum or curricula meets the requirements the best, which do I like the best, which does my daughter like the best, and that's how I decide which one to go with. This is another guest holiday book, The Quest to Digest. I've also got the circulatory story, but it's not arrived yet. Enjoy Your Cells. I did have to get this one new. For some reason it's wrapped. I don't know why, but Enjoy Your Cells. Now, I did purchase another one of the smaller units from Prentice Hall. So this is Animals. I did actually buy this one from Amazon.com, so it came all the way from the US, but it looks really good as well. So I'll just show you table of contents for this one. So this one again has got, oh, this one's got 5 chapters, and then they also do have the reference section. So again, it really reminds me of Harcourt Science, but obviously just for middle school. And I did purchase this from Amazon as well, from Amazon UK actually. The guided reading and study workbook that goes specifically with the animal one. And this is what this one looks like. So you do have, for each chapter, there are questions and activities for them to complete. So I wouldn't have to make a workbook for this one, so that's good. I do already have this. If I can find another one of these for the chemistry, I'll probably end up buying that one. But if not, then I can make my own sheets. But that's what that one looks like. So this was the curriculum I was referring to, and I've said guest hollow a million times, the Junior Human Anatomy and Health curriculum for grades 3 through 8. It Takes Guts, again, is another one for Beowulf. This again, I think is used in multiple weeks, and it does look, I love this book. I love the design. It's just, look at it. It's just amazing. It just makes me want to read this one. It looks really fun. So that's It Takes Guts. Then I got the Human Anatomy colouring book. I do have a younger version as well, but I obviously went for the middle school version. Muscles. Seymour Simon. And then the girls' body book. This is for the, obviously for the health section of the curriculum, and they do obviously they have a boy versus girl version. So that's that one. Okay, moving on. For math, I got Saxo Math 8-7 with pre-algebra. So I got the full pack. So it's got the student workbook in there. It's got the tests and worksheets and the whole gigantic, look how thick that is, oh my goodness, the text. Then I decided to go ahead and get Algebra 1. So I linked it actually in my community post about Saxon Math. I think I did anyway, I'm pretty sure I did. A video that I watched with Stephen Hake, and he was being interviewed by, oh my goodness, I can't remember who she is, but she's somebody who she does Saxon Math videos, I think. But anyway, Nicole the Math Lady, that's it. So she was interviewing him on her channel, I think it was, all about Saxon, and they were talking about, you know, the ideas behind it, and they were talking about John Saxon and all the questions that her users of her website have had about Saxon, and it was really, really interesting. So if you use Saxon, definitely check out that video. So one of the things he actually said was that John Saxon wrote the Algebra Half book, and John Saxon was the one who had more experience with the college levels of math. So he wrote all of these. He wrote Algebra 1, Algebra 2 and all the others, and then he wrote Algebra Half. So in this, the sequence of Saxon is after 8-7 there's Algebra Half, or you can go straight to Algebra 1. Now he recommended, well, not necessarily recommended, but his opinion was that if your child goes through 8-7 just fine without any issues, then you can just skip Algebra Half and go straight to Algebra 1. So that's why I saw this used and I thought, oh, I'm going to grab it because it was a really good value. I just had to buy the test worksheets, which I'll show you in a second, new, because obviously they're consumable. So I decided to go ahead and get Algebra 1. If it turns out that we do need to do Algebra Half, then absolutely we'll get it. You know, I have no issues with that. But what he said in the video is because John Saxon was more used to writing college level than he was middle school level, that he didn't think that Algebra Half was his best work, if you like. And so what he decided to do instead was write 8-7 and put pre-algebra in there, because he was Stephen Hake, I think it is, I'm not sure if it's Stephen, but anyway, Mr. Hake was used to working with middle school science, so he put pre-algebra in this one, and he thought he explained it better, I guess, than the addition of Algebra Half. Again, this is just what I got, my take on what was said in the video. So if she does really well in 8-7, we'll just go straight on to Algebra 1. So I'm not going to open that because it's all wrapped up and it'll be easier for moving if it's all wrapped up. But this is loose, so I'll show you this. So this is Algebra 1. I did get this used. What I hate about people who advertise on eBay, and it annoys me to no end, they say in the actual description, oh yeah, it's fine, no one's written in it, and then you find there's pencil in it, but luckily it's just pencil, not pen, so I can erase it. But just be honest, it wouldn't have stopped me from buying it, but at least I would have been prepared. When I opened it up and I saw pencil everywhere, I was like, ah. Anyway, okay, so it's not the end of the world, but I just wish people would be more honest and just say, yes, someone's drawn in it, but it's in pencil, you can erase. So it does have the 120 lessons as usual, table of contents. So here's lesson 1, and what I do like, be careful what edition you get, because I'll tell you in a second, but the edition, I think it's 3rd edition and up, let me just check. Yeah, 3rd edition and up, it still has, which is one of the things that I really like about Saxon, the key to where you can find that lesson. If they get any of the answers wrong, you need to refer back. So 2nd edition doesn't, but 3rd edition and upwards do have the little number here. So for example, if they got this question wrong, then you know to go back to lesson 1, and then that can help them. You know, you can redo the lesson again if they've got multiple wrong, or if you think it's necessary. But this is what Algebra 1 looks like. This is the homeschool packet. So this is basically your solution manual. And it does the thing again that I love about Saxon, is it shows you the workings out, so you can see where your child went wrong easily, without having to work the whole problem yourself, which is always fantastic, especially at this level. That's what that one looks like. And then I had to buy this used, I had to buy this new. This is just the test forms, but I thought that we'd need this, so I did. Actually, this cost more than they did. So I got these used off eBay, as I said, but I had to buy this one new, and it was just crazy that this little flimsy thing, well, that's how much of a bargain they were. So I shouldn't complain. I'm not complaining about the writing in the book because, like I said, it's pencil, so I can erase. But it's just, I just wish people would be honest. So if you do sell stuff on eBay and someone's written in pencil, then maybe say, because it's not the end of the world. People would still buy it. I would have still happily have bought that. I just wish they would have told me ahead of time. And this does say Thrift Books. It wasn't from Thrift Books. It was from a third-party seller, just in case you saw that. It wasn't from Thrift Books. It was from somebody else. Okay, so we have the Think and Tree Mythical Creatures and Legendary Animals. I thought we'd probably end up using this on a Fun Friday. It looks really good. And it's got, as you can see, a mixture of skills in there. Okay, so for spelling, I have got Spelling and Word Study, grade 6. I've talked about this curriculum before. I really do like it, and I think the words are quite advanced, so I think she'll be fine to do these in grade 7. It's the last level that they have. So I really like the word study aspect of this more than the spelling. And then I did actually go and get Spelling Power, so I've had sort of a running commentary in my head of which spelling curriculum I want to continue with for the next couple of years. And I've saw several videos about Spelling Power and how often it's used in middle grade because, as it says, ages 8 to adult. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it and see what it looks like inside. It is very, there is a lot to read as part of the teacher, but I actually like reading stuff like that. I mean, I'm just crazy, but I actually like reading the methodology and everything else as to why people do stuff. But it looks good. I do like it. So yeah, it's definitely a contender. Not to say we won't do all about spelling, but I do actually really like this. So they have the placement test. Then it can help you group them into what letter they need to go into, what level. So, and then you can even tailor it down more from the placement as to which group and everything else. But yeah, I really do like the look of it so far. I've watched all the videos. The 5th edition doesn't have the CD with it, but it's all online. So it's funny because you have to fill out this whole questionnaire thing to get into it, and they ask you things like, what is the last word on page 25? I guess to make sure that you have actually purchased the book. I don't know, so I'm like going to page 25. Okay, the last word on page 20, and then typing it into the form. It was just funny. But yes, that's Spelling Power. Okay, we have an animal a day, 365 animals to take you through the year. I thought we'd put this onto our morning cart. It is beautiful. Pages. And this is what it looks like. So you have the animal and then all of its particulars. I really do like this because you could use it for extended writing assignments or anything like that. If your child has taken an interest into any of the animals, and they're not all usual things, there are different animals in there. So the diamondback terrapin and the golden spotted tiger beetle. So yes, that's that one. Okay, so for English language and literature, I did get a few different books that we could consider. So this is an Oxford curriculum. This is called Quest. This is level 1, which is for year 7. I thought I wanted to have a look through and see what it was like. I do actually like it, and to be honest, I prefer it to the other one that I purchased, which you would have seen in my 7th grade homeschool haul that I did a few weeks ago. But this is what it looks like inside. So we've got text all around us, crime and consequence, journeys and discoveries. And I'm skipping a page. Oh no, that's it. So there's you can get a teacher book as well, and you can also get this online access thing, but it's hundreds and hundreds of pounds, so I don't think it's more for a school, I think. Well, that's what it looks like inside. You have a page and your activities to do. I do really like the look of this one. It looks really good. Then after I saw that, so you really want to learn science, I thought, I wonder if there's an English one. And there is, from the same company. This, I think, again, is used in private independent schools. So I got the various levels, so 6, 7 and 8, because I wanted to see what it was like. I got all these used, but as you can see, they're in great condition. So this is what they look like inside. So you have your table of contents. So again, they're intended for use with 11 to 13-year-olds. It's just this whole spiel about why this is a wordy curriculum, which I thought was interesting to read. So basically you have a extract that you work with. And then they also have write it sections, which I'll just find one. Your turn to write, and writing workshop, and then grammar and punctuation. So that's what it looks like, and vocabulary as well. And then there's an extra section here. And they also give you book suggestions that continue on the same theme of what you've read for that particular extract, which again is really interesting to me. So this is a dramatization of Lord of the Flies. So that's what that one looks like. This is ideal for year 7, it says. It does have an answer key. Just be careful you get the right answer key for the right edition. Because there are older versions. I have got an older edition here. This is the newer edition. This is from 2012, I think. I also went back and got the year 6 one because I wanted to see how it started off. Again, as I said, these were these were used and super cheap. So I have no qualms in getting them because, you know, you can always, even if you don't want to use it as a whole curriculum, you could take bits out of it to use. I love doing stuff like that, so. And I like to see, in this sort of curriculum, I like to see how it starts off, you know, where does it begin? But it is kind of very similar to the other levels. You still get your turn to write, improve your writing in this section. And you still get your grammar and punctuation. And the good thing is with the used website that I get them from, they do the whole 4 for 3. So some of these are free anyway when you're buying other things. So I tended to add these to my cart when I was buying my human anatomy stuff so then I could get them free. But there's the answer key for that one. And then I did get the year 8. Now this is the older version and it is slightly different to me. The other versions look more bright and colourful. It does have illustrated pictures throughout though, or photos. But it definitely looks more wordy. But I guess you would expect that from the level. But I do think the more modern version might be more similar in style to the other one. So I might actually see if I can get the, if we decide to use this at all, I might actually see if I can get the up-to-date version, latest edition. So that's that one again with the answer key. And then I also picked up this one, Comprehension to 14, Skills and Practice. This is by Jeff Barton. Again, you can get an answer key. I didn't get that one for this one. So it's got fiction, drama, poetry and non-fiction extracts, and then there are activities. So, for example, you've got a poem, some questions. Let's see what this one is. An extract. Got your word bank. Then we've got after reading, A, B, and then extended assignments. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, moving on to history. I got the Key Stage 3 history. Again, this is for the full 3 years, so I can reference it. And it does also have practice exam questions in here as well, which are really useful. And then I purchased the history curriculum. So it goes from 1066 all the way to 1914. So there are 3 for each year, 1 for each year. I should say not 3 for each year, 1 for each year. This is what it looks like inside. Let's just get the table of contents for this one. So we start off with the Norman Conquest and I believe to the Tudors. Yeah, to the Tudors. War of the Roses. I love that. It's one of my favourite parts in history. And it was hardly ever taught in my school, at least. Anyway, we did American history and we did the World Wars. And we did Vietnam as well. That's what I learned in high school. But, you know, hardly get any British history. So I'm really kind of excited, actually, about this curriculum. I do have that other one that I purchased that you saw in my 7th grade curriculum haul. So I need to decide which one to use. I do prefer the visual appeal of the other one compared to this. This is, you know, quite a lot more wordy, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So we've got the information here. Then we've got exercises to do. Source text as well, which I really appreciate. I really like it when it has source text in there. That's what it looks like. And then I do have the appropriate answer key to go with. That's what that one looks like. So when I said I was deciding between two history curriculums, those are the ones I was talking about, that one and the other one I purchased. Okay, now moving on to art. So I bought a bunch of illustration books because one of the things we're going to be doing in art is we're going to be doing the next level up of our art curriculum that we've currently been doing. But I also wanted to do a focus on illustration because it's something she really loves doing, illustrating books, and I thought, why not? Now's the time to give her lots of options for the future. So I found several books, as you can see, on illustration. So I got the Complete Guide to Drawing and Illustration, a practical and inspirational course for artists of all abilities. So this is what this one looks like. And in terms of, again, these were all used contents. That's what it looks like inside. Got the Encyclopedia of Illustration Techniques. And again, table of contents. We've got the techniques, themes, and professional information. I got How to Be an Illustrator by Darryl Rees. Illustrating children's books, creating pictures for publication. Again, this is a lot of these are to add to our library. So we've got brief history, drawing, media, materials and techniques, character development, the picture book, illustrations for older children, non-fiction illustration, design and typography, and getting published. I think this one is my favourite one of all of them. I got the illustration workshop. So find your style, practice drawing skills, and build a style portfolio. So it is actually activity based. So you can do the activities in the book, or I got this used, so I'm assuming the person must have done it on their own paper. So you can choose. She can either do it in the book or she can draw it herself in her own notebook. And this is what's inside. Okay, we've got how to draw maps and charts. Again, this is part of the 3 for 4, but I thought it'd be useful. It's got graphs in there and then just regular maps. It's an Osborne one. The Osborne Introduction to Art. Again, this is part of the 3 for 4. That looked really good though. It's one of the older styles. So this got in terms of contents. And then I purchased 365 Days of Art in Nature. And I thought she would enjoy this one. And then the last thing is I got the Key Stage 3 book for geography. Again, this is for the full 3 years and has all the information in there for me to reference. So that's everything in my haul today. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care. Bye for now.